NIPM NATCON 2024 special program. A very warm welcome to all of you, our audience there. I am Dr. Asha A Pai, the Organizing Committee Secretary of NIPM, and I'm also faculty at PSPH Mahe Manipal. NIPM NATCON 2024 is a flagship event of the NIPM, a national HR conference, and for the first time it's brought to a two-tier city in Mangalore, and Mangalore chapter is proud to host the same. To learn a little more about this wonderful program that Mangalore is very privileged to have, we have with us two very distinguished guests on our dais. We have Mr. STEEVAN PINTO, Chairman of NIPM and the Convener of NATCON 2024. We also have with us Mr. P.P. SHETTY, former Site Director, BASF India. Shall we get into the discussion to know a little more about what this NIPM NATCON 2024 is about? Mr. STEEVAN, I would like to know, HR, NIPM is known in the HR circles, but why don't you tell our viewers here a little bit more about what NIPM is?
Yes, thank you, Asha. Certainly. The National Institute of Personnel Management is India's premier institute which is meant for the human resource management, and which is established in the year 1980 and having a head office at Kolkata, spread across 56 chapters in Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities of our country, and where we play a pivotal role in advancing HR practices across the industries. And we are here to work and to empower HR professionals with cutting of knowledge, facilitate dialogue on workforce development, and set benchmarks on ethical and effective HR management. Here NIPM represents more than 12,000 members of life members, plus equally the corporate members as well as the student members, which are representing from different management institutions, and it is making a powerful voice in the HR landscape. Though events like NATCON, we strive to foster growth and connect HR professionals with the global trends.
That's wonderful to know that HR association is so strong and contributing so much to the HR fraternity. Now tell us a little bit about the NATCON conference that you're going to have.
Yes, the NATCON, which is the dream event and the annual flagship event of NIPM body. And this year it is our privilege in Mangalore. We are going to host this annual flagship event as the 40th NIPM National Conference in Mangalore. We are geared up, we are prepared to host this event on September 27th and 28th at Dr. A Pai International Convention Center in Mangalore by calling all HR professionals all over India as well as from outside country. This is our privilege to have them at single platform in Mangaluru.
That was really insightful, Mr. Pinto. Mr. Shetty, can you tell us a little bit more about the NATCON 2024 theme, which is India at 2047, Human Capital for a Developed India. It's quite interesting that you have chosen this theme. Tell us a little more about it.
For any country or for any organization, human capital is the most important aspect. If you look at our country, we are manpower and youngest manpower, we have the highest percentage as compared to any other country in the world. That being the case, and if you are looking at the various sectors, whether it is IT or manufacturing, I think our country has been doing extremely well as far as IT and service sectors. The manufacturing sector, I think nowadays with the Make in India concept, we are doing a lot of things, and our country wants to grow in terms of to become a developed nation by in about 100 years from getting independence to our country, 1947 by 2047. So the focus is here on manpower. So it is only when the manpower improves, the country, the organizations improve, the country improves, and by which I think ultimately we would turn out to be a developed country. Here The main theme is, how to have a, human capital for a developed country. We have developed various sub-themes. This whole theme is based on the theme of our Prime Minister, that by 2047 our India should be a developed country, and the various initiatives taken in this direction. The HR professionals, they play a key role in any organization as far as human resource management is concerned. That is the reason we have chosen this theme, and also we have developed several sub themes. I think we'll talk about it later.
Wonderful. It's very interesting to see that, yes, you have recognized that human capital is the foundation of all development. Now, as the organizing committee chairperson, tell us a little bit about your kind of experience you want the participants to have in this year's NATCON.
Yeah. I think, as STEEVAN mentioned, this is the first time this conference is being held in Mangalore, in the Tier 2 city. Hitherto, I think most of the conference, this is the 40th conference we are having in Mangalore. Hitherto, most of the earlier conferences were held in Tier 1 cities. Advantage in Tier 1 cities that there are a lot many organizations there and lot many HR personnel working there. They are able to attend. But here our challenge is to have it in a Tier 2 city. And we have a comparatively young chapter with about nearly more than 130 people having membership, and all these people have been working for the last I think 5 to 6 months. I think last a few days they have been working on 24-hour basis, because conference of this magnitude is a national conference inviting very top professionals of HR and other allied services. We have invited many people. With all that, organizing this conference is a major task. It's, I think, a proud moment for the entire city to host this conference. I think it has been a very nice experience working with the highly energetic team to make this conference a memorable and a unique one. I think the kind of preparations that have gone into, whether it is inviting highly accomplished professionals or inviting some key personnel as the guests for various programs, I think experience has been excellent. I'm sure with the involvement of our all the chapters all over the country, and especially the young team from Mangalore, and with the support of everybody, I'm sure this is going to be an excellent conference. The proceedings and the turnout and the outcome also is going to be very good.
So with what you have shared with us, Mr. Shetty, I think the audience will be very curious to know who is the leadership behind this conference. Perhaps you can share that with us, Mr. Stephen.
Yes, because see, this is when this theme and sub themes has been coined. That has been coined by our Padma Shri awardee, Mr. T.V. Mohandas Pai, who is coined and chosen his time to invest in this conference and to as they recognize Mangalore as a global player in the world map. And under his leadership and under his guidance, which is ably supported by the Group General Manager of MRPL, Mr. KRISHNA HEGDE, who has been chairing as a co-chairman of this conference, and all these sessions or the sub-themes which has been arranged with the good number of speakers under the guidance of Mr. Richard Lobo, who is the program committee advisor and the chief people officer of the Tech Mahindra. And yes, certainly the National Leadership Board, which has been headed by Dr. M.H. Raja and the secretary Mr. P.R. Basavaraju. Along with that, our local team, which I should be particularly make a note here, the immediate past chairman Mr. Dheeraj Shetty and the organizing committee chairman Mr. Shetty is right next to me, and the team of Mr. Lakshmi Shrai, as an plus, as he has already coined, we have been Mangalore is having a dynamic members under the small chapter. Yes, that is agreed, but the re-energized with this conference is more, and we say that we are a strong chapter, though it is in a number, but in a working and giving in the outcome of this program.
That's wonderful to hear. I'm very curious also to know, Mr. Shetty, generally these kind of conferences are had in Tier 1 cities. but you all have brought it down to the Tier 2 city. What is the strategy or the thought behind this?
Yeah, I think Dr. Asha, you know that most of the Tier 1 cities are fully saturated. If you go to any Tier 1 city today, traveling is difficult. Even the infrastructural facilities are fully loaded. So now the future of India is growth of Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. I think now the industries or any organization, I think, must be looking at Tier 2 and 3 cities, because it will be cheaper, and infrastructure development is taking place in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. And for example, if you take Mangalore also, we have seen, the major industries had come to only few industries we had. It could be MCF, a port, or Kudremukh. Thereafter, there wasn't much development in Mangalore. And after a few years, maybe about 20-25 years back, a refinery came, BASF and a few oil companies came. If you look at even IT industries, there aren't much development, except that Infosys has a presence here. Then there are very, very small number of IT companies. Mangalore is known as a banking hub, and thereafter, Mangalore is also known as an educational hub. It's known for the wonderful educational institutions we have. We have number of medical colleges, hospitals, engineering colleges, and also various other colleges offering specialization in various, whether it is management or technical courses. But unfortunately, the students who come out of these colleges, they have to go to maybe Tier 1 or other cities, or even outside the country. But our thinking is, why not the people who study here, or people, the students of this area, why they should not get jobs in our place only? Mangalore is the social infrastructure is excellent. The industrial infrastructure, whether it is a port or airport or railway connectivity, in every respect, I think it is comparable to any other developing city in India. So we thought this is the right time we should have these kind of conferences, so that senior people from all over the country, they could be the heads of organizations or heads of certain departments, they come down to Mangalore, see the Mangalore city for themselves, experience the city, and thereafter, if Mangalore can grow, that would contribute to the development of Mangalore city. With that intention, I think STEEVAN and team made a lot of efforts to bring this conference. Otherwise, hitherto the practice has been to have it in only the Tier 1 city. So this is the first time I think NIPM is supporting to have this conference in Mangalore. It is a very good development. It would also contribute to the development of NIPM also, and besides the other developments which I mentioned.
To add that, it is going to be a testimonial in the history of NIPM.
Wonderful.
Because see, as the sir has already said, these last 39 conferences which are in a Tier 1 cities, and but based on the keeping a confidence on that local team, the national team has given an opportunity to us, though there is a challenges, but they have given us the opportunity to Mangalore chapter to perform and make it as a case study or as a testimonial of this in the history of NIPM by conducting this annual flagship event. And yes, though as we are now reaching nearer to that, and we are being all set to have this conference in Mangalore on 27th and 28th.
I think it's really wonderful that you are trying to showcase Mangalore through this conference. You're looking at bringing in more employment, maybe more industries, and definitely growing the city and helping our youngsters get more jobs. In that context, how are you really connecting with the youngsters in this platform?
Yes, Asha, as I initially have said, because NIPM is not only working with the professionals, it is working with students as well as, because see, they are the legacy to us and they are the followers us, which this NIPM has to take it forward. And being a management institution, as sir has already been coined that Mangalore is being an educational hub, and we have a good management institutions in the city limit itself as well as outside the city, but where NIPM is approached and the management institutions are also approached to the NIPM to have exposure of industry academia connect. And yes, to this collaboration and cooperation, we have around 13 chapters which is working under the NIPM Mangalore chapter, and we have around 800 plus student members which are supporting NIPM, and yes, they are being more eager to see this annual flagship event, which is the next door of their college or the house.
So they'll be definitely having an opportunity to also attend
Yes.
this conference. Okay. I'm sure our audience will be curious to know who will be the speakers at this conference. Perhaps you all can give us a little bit of insight into the significance and the kind of speakers, and what will the knowledge sharing be like?
Yes. As sir has already said, we have around the theme and the main theme, and by keeping those theme and main theme, we have been coined around 28 speakers throughout 2 days, and these speakers will be going to deliberate on these sub themes, and which is concluding to the mission of India's 2047, and to have a developed human capital for our nation. But in that few which I wanted to coin over here, the Mr. Kamal Bali sir, who is the managing director of Volvo India, who has been also invited as one of the panel speaker from the industry perspective, and Mr. K.S. Shetty, Kasaragod Suresh Shetty from the Director HR of HPCL, along with that Mr. Rajkumar Dubey from the Director HR of BPCL from the public sector point of view, and we have from the educational point of view Mr. Devijesh Chatterjee, who is the IIM of Kozhikode, who is also been participating as a resource person to this conference. Yes, no doubt we have a management guru with us that has been called as a HR professional, HR management guru, Mr. T.V. Rao, who is the former professor of IIM Ahmedabad, who is also been participating as one of the speaker in this conference. Yes, apart from that, we have some statutory regulations authorities like Mr. Nanjappa, who is also as one of the speaker invited in this panel. No doubt we have a young budding HR professionals are also in the panel, like Ms. Prakriti Shetty, Ms. Kanashri from the, as we say, the women representative also will be a part of in this panel speaker.
It's a beautiful blend of academicians, practitioners, legal professionals, and statutory authorities. I think all this, and we have people from private sector, public sector, and multinationals. It's a very nice combination. They all will be discussing the main theme and sub themes. I think it's going to be a wonderful experience for all the delegates who are coming from across the country, and also some of them are going to be students. So that way it would be a great opportunity for all the people who are participating, and we are getting wonderful response. Actually, we never thought that it would be a great success, because we have booked a big hall, convention center. In the initial stages, we were wondering whether we will get adequate, delegation for this, but we are quite happy that people from all across the country, senior people and even the students, everybody are showing interest. So it has been a very, very satisfying experience for the entire Mangalore team, which is ably supported by the National Secretariat.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
And to add further, as you know, that HR Heroes, as a startup, inspiring startup stories have been also exchanged during this conference, where they can start their own entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, or the individual entrepreneurship through startups.
Okay, and you have any specific speakers for this?
Yes, we have those who are being experienced in that. I can say that Mr. Nandita Gurjar madam, who has been a director of startup, so she has been invited to give her own experience on this startup areas.
Okay, fantastic. And since you would like to showcase Mangalore to the whole nation and maybe the world as well, maybe you'd like to tell us a little bit about the highlights of Mangalore and what draws people to Mangalore.
Yeah, if you know the history of Mangalore, I think entrepreneurship is something originates from this place. You can call, you can talk about the hotel industry, you can talk about banking industry, or you can talk about the people who have gone from this place to various other parts of India as well as outside the country. Being an educational hub, I think we are exporting human resources across the world. I think one of the main purpose of this conference, again, the India should be the exporter of the trained human capital to across the world. That is our one of the main objective. If we are not able to create jobs in India, since India enjoys a very high percentage of young population, that too, we have wonderful education institutions in our country. It could be IITs or it could be regional engineering colleges, some of the very best management institutes. I think all these people, we have several examples. They're all heading big multinationals, in whether it's the US or elsewhere. So we are India with this kind of population, young population, and trained in some of the best institutes. They should be going outside the country and also heading various organizations and bring back their organization to our country. They're able to establish their offices, their establishments in our country. So ultimately, if you want to have a developed nation, we should have employment to everybody. That is the main goal. I think our conference will be discussing that aspect as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Asha. See, for HR guys or HR people, professionals, the asset is talents.
Sure.
Talents of individuals or the talents of employees. Where this conference will be a testimonial for a skilling, reskilling and upskilling, which is what government seeks now. And we thought as a NIPM professional body to support this government's mission with organizing this conference on the theme of India at 2047, Human Capital for a Developed India.
So it's wonderful. You're keeping with the whole nation's objective and you're aligning the entire theme of the conference and this with the nation's theme. What more about Mangalore is interesting that will draw more delegates here?
Yeah,
I'm sure Mangalore has a lot
Mangalore
of
is also
culture,
culturally, even hospitality wise also we are well known.
Yes.
Yeah, so the delegates who are coming to Mangalore, we want to really make them to experience Mangalore, the kind of the specialities in terms of food, and also the environment, the beautiful environment what we are enjoying. I think I'm sure the greeneries, the serene beaches what we have. I think all this is really I think people who are going to come, they are going to stay beyond their stay after the conference to enjoy this place. I think people have been expressing, have been asking a lot of questions about this part of Mangalore. I think it is going to be a great experience for all the delegates to be in Mangalore, to be part of the conference, and thereafter, whatever, I think today evening we had gone to invite our Deputy Commissioner for this conference. He also mentioned that you should see that all these delegates should experience, should visit some of the places. It could be beaches or it could be surfing, the sport activity what we have. They all should see that what is happening in Mangalore, what developments are happening. I think that should be, we should be able to showcase Mangalore in a much better fashion.
So I'm sure you will be allowing them to taste all the culinary delights of Mangalore.
Yes, definitely.
And Mangalore is the ice cream capital.
Yes.
So I'm sure the gutbud will be on display.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
wonderful.
yes.
Coming back to the conference, what do you envision NATCON 2024? How does it really contribute to building a stronger HR and more connected HR community?
Yeah, see, the HR today is going through a lot of challenges. One is, what's happening in the impact of artificial intelligence. I think that's going to have, I think India, having done extremely well in IT sector, this is one area. I think when our Prime Minister visited US, he spoke about that. And he is emphasizing on training more and more people on AI. So that is the future. That is the future where more employment will be available. Our students, I think most of the colleges, engineering colleges, they have already started special courses on AI. I think what kind of impact AI is going to have the IT industry or other industries, including manufacturing. Already the manufacturing sector, they are going through a lot of improvements or developments with respect to AI. It could be, in terms of improving the manufacturing, the excellence, or in terms of, producing high quality products or increasing the efficiency. These contributions are going to happen. That is one. Secondly, we also see a lot of, today youngsters are experiencing the pressure in work. I think you would have seen the incident in one of the organizations, what happened in Pune. I think thereafter, I think you have been seeing a lot of articles are coming in newspapers and Facebook, people are writing. But then how do we prepare our younger generation to face these kind of challenges? Is there something wrong with how we develop our younger generation, what kind of education we are giving? What is, this conference is going to discuss, is there anything we can do so that we are able to train our younger generation to handle this kind of pressure, because people have been facing this kind of pressure in every sector. Today we are functioning in a highly competitive environment. Globally, if you want to survive, I think you have to face challenges. When challenges are there, there will be pressure on the employees. Then we have to, train the employees to handle this kind of pressure. This is going to be a major topic of discussion in our conference. How do we train our manpower to handle the various kind of challenges which they are put into, or they are made to subjected to. That is one of the this thing. And wellness programs. So how do we make people comfortable in their work? What kind of inputs are required? What is that they need so that they work happily in their workplace? It will not create any kind of this kind, it will lead to this kind of incidents. These also are going to be discussed by experts with the, all the delegates are going to share their difficulties here, and the experts are going to come out with some kind of, suggestions to improve the workplaces.
Yes, mental health is a very pertinent topic today.
Exactly.
It's a need of the hour. So I'm very happy, and I'm sure everybody will be very happy that you're having an entire theme on wellness, happiness, and mental health.
See, the ultimate, the employee experience is important in the organization, and where we like coin the theme, sub themes on that part, because employees should experience so that organization can retain them in the organization. Otherwise, the attrition rate will increase. But with the good experience, where employee experiences in organization, so that we'll have a good atmosphere in any organization.
Okay, that is really wonderful. Could you also tell us, Mr. Shetty, a little bit about the industry scenario in Mangalore? Because obviously you're saying that this NATCON is going to bring people from all over India. They're going to come and showcase, we are going to showcase Mangalore. They're going to have a look at the scenario here, and probably you'd want to entice them to Mangalore.
Yes.
So do tell us the industry scenario, what it has been, and what are you looking forward to?
And sir is the right person for it, because being a superintendent from the site director of BSF India, after putting
trying to promote IT industry. I think with the kind of social infrastructure we have and the kind of educational institutions we have and the connectivity to major cities, I think Mangalore is ideally located for IT and the related maybe electronic industry or even in the automobile sector. I think this is the right place. I think maybe in future with this the government of Karnataka and today they are really focusing on tier 2 cities and even the policy of government of India also to promote more and more tier 2 and tier 3 cities. With that development, I think Mangalore should be looking for further investment here, both in IT and electronic or even other sectors. And we have one of the best ports in Mangalore.
Okay.
And
so there is good scope for
development. Export, import of raw materials, and again the connectivity through airport and road connectivity, railway connectivity. In every respect, I think Mangalore is ideally located and suited in every respect for industrial development.
And even good pool is available.
Yes,
so
yes. Human resource, I think
skilled manpower. Yes.
Yeah, manpower index wise, I think Mangalore is the best one.
So I've heard that Mangalore has the highest standard of living.
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes. Yes.
What do you think has contributed to that? Is it this good manpower that we have?
Good manpower and also the entrepreneurial skill of this place. People have gone from this place to many places outside. They have become entrepreneurs and they have been very successful. There are many examples. Similarly, if you look at education institutions or the banking industry or other sectors also, I think people of this place have been doing extremely well. I think they will see that this place will grow further.
Along with the NIPM, I believe this KCCI, CI,
Yes.
ISTD, the other social forums, they are also
Very
active and which is working and contributing to the development of the Mangalore as a overall city.
Yeah, whether it is Chamber of Commerce,
Yes.
Institute of Chartered Accountants, the company secretaries, they all all these professionals are working. See that they are trying to sell Mangalore. I think Mangalore definitely has a bright future.
Wonderful to hear. So Stephen, you are from MRPL and I hear the co-chairman of the conference, Mr. KRISHNA HEGDE, is also the Group General Manager HR of MRPL.
Yes.
So there must be something special about the whole HR setup that has driven both of you all to invest a lot of your time and energy into this conference.
I think before he says, I would like to answer that. MRPL has been a great supporter for this conference.
That's
I think we met the managing director and our co-chairman, and they have extended major support for this. I think I must say that their backbone, as far as from the industries operating in Mangalore, they played a key role in, they gave us the strength. I think from them we took the, strength and, we decided that, we approached our national secretariat that we can host it. I think we should be thankful to MRPL for giving all the support in many ways in hosting this seminar. And also, secondly, MAHE in a big way. Yes. I think the venue sponsors, MAHE also supported the entire the hall. They have sponsored for us for 2 days conference, and all other industries in terms of delegation and also financial support from Mangalore, and most of the public sector companies, they are our major supporters. And both our I think national chairman and secretary, they have met most of the public sector companies. They've extended every support, whether it's financial or delegates. In every way, they have supported us. I think you should talk about it.
Yes, so adding sir has said, but it is, yes, this is a forum where we need to thank the MRPL management, because they were stood as the backbone, and with their what we call support, where we could do this program as a minute and as a coin organized in a well manner. And yes, of course, MRPL is committed for the human resource development. It is though it is in a whatever case, but MRPL is committed for the human capital development, as it has been already started skilling, reskilling and upskilling in the organization, and which has been playing a major role in the development of human career in the organization.
Okay. So would you like to tell us a little bit? I'm sure there are a lot of our audience may now be enthusiastic and they would all probably want to be delegates.
Yes.
So could you share with us how they could go about maybe registering for this conference, or how could they go, what are the different categories?
Yes, yes. To Asha, certainly, because when we started initially this conference blueprint, we never expected that we will get this much response, though being in a tier 2 city. But though we are nearing now, we will be like overwhelmed with the support of our HR professionals, our management fraternity, because they have come forward. Though it is happening in a Mangalore city, they have come forward to support us in a way of delegate and to manage the finances of this conference. And not only from the India, but we have delegates from other SAR countries.
Oh,
SAR
wonderful.
countries.
So tell us about that.
Yes, so we have been invited from the Sri Lankan delegates. We have been invited Mauritius and Maldives from their delegates, and their representations are participating in this conference, and which has made us more stronger.
So it's more an Asia Pacific conference.
Yes. It's going to be a more Asia specific conference, which is a mixture of both, as we said, that the academicians, which are in industry sector, as well as students, as well as from the outside country.
Wonderful. All stakeholders included.
Yes, and which we are driving for India at 2047.
Okay. Inclusivity and diversity.
Yes.
Okay.
So here, like, yes, we have been because to manage the finances of this whole conference, we have been charging a minimal fees if compared to the earlier our NATCON. So we are charging for only for the non-NIPM members as a 9,000 plus GST, and for the NIPM members rupees 8,000 plus GST, and academicians 7,000 plus GST, and students rupees 3,500 plus GST. Why this has to pay? This has to pay, it is only for the 2 days, there what we call overhead, to manage the overhead costs.
And
So
speakers.
and the speakers, because basically we will be giving them a very well managed the conference kit, the profession.
Professional.
Yes, as well as there's a good lunch, and there's a good 2 days good, there's a menu which need to be covered, where we are charging the minimal fees from the
So you will also have a good networking dinner,
Yes.
and people will have the opportunity to
interact,
meet with all the
yes,
speakers
yes.
and all the HR people across.
So as we say, we are in a 21st century, where the meeting, greeting, and networking, which plays a major role.
Okay, that's wonderful. And in case people would like to have a look at the website, what is the website address?
Yes, there is a www.nipm-natcon2024mangaluru.com.
So I'll repeat that.
Yes.
NIPM
www.natcon2024
NATCON 2024
Mangaluru.com.
Mangalore.com.
Yes, you are right.
Okay. So viewers, if you would like to go and look at the website and get more information, that's NIPM NATCON 2024 Mangalore.com. That's wonderful. Anything else you'd like to tell our
I think the
viewers?
most important is, this conference will be inaugurated by our Central Minister for
Okay.
Industries and Steel, Mr. Kumaraswamy, and a person from our own area, His Excellency Abdul Nazir, former the Judge of the Supreme Court, and also the current Governor of Andhra Pradesh. Both are coming. And also Anand Mahindra, the Chairman of Mahindra Group, is also expected. Besides the MRPL Managing Director and our own local MP, Captain Brijesh Chauta, they will be participating in the inauguration. So we are happy that the conference of this magnitude, the very important people are coming down to inaugurate the conference.
Wonderful.
Yes, and again valedictory, I think we are
yes, in the valedictory we have been called Mr. Prasanna Kumar from the CMD of Chairman and Director of
Navally Lignite Corporation.
Navally Lignite Corporation, and we have invited the Director of Government Factories from the Government of Karnataka, Mr. Srinivas sir, who is also gracing this occasion for the valedictory program. And in this 2 days program, we have a good award ceremonies.
Yes.
there's a best chapter, like as I said in the beginning, where the NIPM is having a 56 chapters, though we have a performance rating of each chapters, and they will be given awarded during this NATCON, as well as the fellows who are been contributing individually to this NIPM, they will be also awarded. And along with that, we have been coined Best Excellence, HR Excellence Award in the organizations who have been practicing good HR practices. That has also been.
This is the first time I think they have introduced. Companies which are having innovative HR practices. Where we spoke about the employees going through pressure. How they are handling this. So we want to know how industries or other companies are practicing. Having good HR practices. Many companies have made an application, and there is a highly experienced people have gone through all these applications, and the organizations with the best HR practices are being recognized.
Oh, that's
Yes,
wonderful.
yes.
So you're looking at recognizing individuals as
Yes.
well as the companies.
Organizations.
Organizations.
Yes.
And I've also heard something about a business quiz. There was a lot of buzz happening around the city.
Yes. So adding that to include more students on this and give them a more HR knowledge for the upcoming budding HR professionals. So we have the NIPM as a nationwide conducted a business biz competition in all the chapters which are connected to the student management institutions, and now there are 10 teams from the 5 regions. We have been taken best, and now there's the final round will be going to happen on 26th at the School of Social Work, Roshnanilaya in Mangalore.
Okay, wonderful. So do we have any Mangalore schools who are participating?
Yes. So there is no doubt the student from Sridevi Institute of Technology Management, they are also one of the competitors.
So they are the finalists.
Yes, they are the finalists.
Oh, we are so proud of them.
Yes.
Okay. What are the takeaways of this conference for people who may join the conference?
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, the discussion will be revolving around the main theme as well as the several sub-themes. And one more important thing is, we also will be, we have practicing advocates from, High Court and, then Supreme Court also. The legal, the procedures or the statutory provisions which are impacting or facilitating manufacturing also will be discussed. If you look at today, India has to expand in terms of manufacturing. If you look at, we are still not anywhere near countries like China. They are doing extremely well in as far as the manufacturing is concerned. So how do we go nearer them, or we be better than them? If you look at, today, many of the multinationals who have invested in China, they are not happy with the policy there. They are, some of them, whether it could be Japanese companies and all, they are trying to come out of China. So how do we attract those companies? We have a atmosphere conducive for, foreign direct investment. How do we promote that kind of investment? If you look at, those companies are looking, one is the environment in terms of legal environment. It could be ease of doing business. Secondly, the productivity. These are very, very key elements. Unless you have excellent productivity and you have an environment which supports the manufacturing, these multinationals or the organizations, will not invest. I think that is one area which also will be discussed. So all these discussions pertaining to manufacturing, IT, and various other sectors, discussions and the recommendations, that will be the takeaway for the delegates. And wherever possible way we want support from the government, we will be definitely submitting our recommendations to the government. This is the kind of support we need from you, so that the industry, whether various sectors, can grow in our country. So we will be definitely seeking the support, whether it is state or central, wherever it comes. Our recommendations based on the discussions over the 2 days, that will be submitted to the government for their consideration.
That's wonderful.
And it's going to be a good learning experience to all the delegates, because as the speakers is a mixture of speakers, so it will be from the seniors or the juniors or the mid-level delegate. It will be a good learning experience, and as well as it is not doubt along with that they will have take away some cherishing memories from the Mangalore as well.
Yeah, their interactions and
Yes.
when they see what's happening in other industry compared to, similar to their own manufacturing, what the good things they are doing. It could be the good HR practices, it could be good manufacturing practices. These are the things they are going to, take back.
Wonderful. So we have had a very enriching discussion, lively discussion. I welcome our viewers to come on live and ask these distinguished gentlemen your questions, your queries, anything that you would like to ask. You're most welcome to please call up the station and ask your questions to these wonderful gentlemen. And meanwhile, till we wait for the callers to come through, if you have any other tidbits to share, any exciting things, do let us know.
As I think STEEVAN mentioned, this is, after almost 32 years of establishing NIPM, we got an opportunity to host this national conference. So it's a great opportunity for HR professionals or any people manager. It need not be HR professional. He can be, any person who is managing people. Such people can attend this conference, and also students, whether it is, they are attending any of the courses in the different disciplines of management courses. They are also welcome to, join this conference. We have an office in Empire Mall. If they have any difficulty in reaching out through our social media, they can come to the office and register, or there will be even spot registrations also. On 27th morning, we will have our registration counter open at 8:30. It will go on up to maximum 9:30. During that time, they can come and register and take the advantage of this rare opportunity.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Shetty. This has really been an enlightening conversation. Thank you, Mr. STEEVAN Pinto, Mr. Purandar Shetty. And I'm sure our audience will be as excited as y'all are, as enthusiastic as y'all, and I'm sure we'll have a lot more people coming to the conference. Once again, if you're interested, do log in to www.natcon2024mangalore.com. A big thank you to Nama Kudla for giving us the opportunity to have this interview and allowing us to share the thoughts and ideas and the whole concept of NIPM NATCON 2024. We thank you for today's show and we look forward to seeing you at the event. Thank you, Nama Kudla. Thank you, Mr. Shetty. Thank you, Mr. Pinto.
Thank you.
ಸಂಜೆಯ ಗಾಳಿಗೆ ಹೂ ಬಿಡುವ ಸಂಭ್ರಮದ ಕರೆ ಬೇರಿಡುವ ಕನಸಿಗೂ ಉಳಿಯುವ ಕಾತರವ